active spending. This takes into account money that's rolled over from the previous year's cap and excludes dead cap money. This is from overthecap.com. Browns number one in active spending, and you see $217.7 million. That's about $1.5 million ahead of the Bills. Broncos are third. Chiefs fourth. Chargers fifth. The Bengals are sixth. And remember, they've got Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow coming up that they are going to have to pay money to as well. But bottom line is, Browns are spending a lot of money.
Oh, they're spending Marvel movie money. Like, that's the budget for like one of the Marvel movies. No, it's more, right?
Right.
Oh no, the budget for Marvel movies is like $300 million. So they out here spending 288. Think about that. Every time you watch football on Sunday, those are two teams throwing about $500 million out there on the field to play against each other. And that doesn't even include all the money that goes into production around the game. So yeah, the Browns are very expensive. They're expensive because they expect to win. We'll see what happens, but if they do, and this is their best bet to do it, because again, we've talked about this at the top of the show, the Browns' issues have been at the consistency with quarterback play. Part of the reason you're spending that much money, and I think a significant chunk of the $217 million probably has something to do with Deshaun Watson and Myles Garrett. Well, the reason you're doing that is because not Myles Garrett, but Deshaun Watson is the answer to that problem, right? You're a quarterback away, get the quarterback. If he's the quarterback, hey, ceiling is the roof. But if he's not, then we're doing the same thing we did in 2019. We're doing the same thing we did in 2018. We're doing the same thing we did in 2021, where we're worrying about, oh, well, what we're going to have to do to put it around him. We want that that question to be answered. Deshaun Watson is supposed to be one of the answers to that question. So if he can answer that question, it ain't going to matter what this money being spent, because that's what the money's for, right? You look at the Bills, the Broncos, the Chiefs, the Chargers, and the Bengals. Those are all teams that felt like at some point they took a big swing to get their quarterback. The Broncos, it feels like a whiff, but everybody else took a big swing there. It's not a coincidence that each one of those teams is a quarterback that you could recognize on them. And that's because quarterbacks are expensive, because they are the answer to a lot of different problems.
Yeah, you're right. So it's Watson, Allen, Russell Wilson, Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and Joe Burrow. 5 and 6 still haven't paid their quarterback yet. So that's going to be something to keep an eye on because they are up against it.
Having a quarterback, like a lot of people in their mid-20s learn, is like having a partner. It's expensive, but it is worth it. It's just more expensive. You got to make a little bit more money than you thought you needed to, right? You know what I mean? Even if y'all not all the way to the point where you're sharing assets, you still got to pay for stuff to do. And that's what the Bengals and the Chargers are doing. They got to pay for dates. They got to make sure that Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert don't leave. Like, that's what they're doing. So now, it costs about the same, dog. Whether you pay them or not, it's costing about the same to keep them. And you rather have them than not, right?